Why have Gucci used the turban? Have they used it as a fashion accessory? 27 million Sikhs worldwide wear the turban to preserve their Sikh identity. Many Sikhs are unhappy that this important symbol has been used as a fashion accessory.
Now, the Gucci campaign displaying white models walking the ramp donning traditional Sikh turbans has sparked a major controversy after receiving a backlash from the Sikh community.
Picking and mixing cultural signifiers is a common feature of postmodern society. But why does it occur and what are the consequences? I showed my friends current examples of picking and mixing or bricolage to investigate their understanding of the issue.
Walking through a kind of Indian village.
And there's kids running with lots of colours, which is like the holy festival.
There's a lot of Indian symbols and colours, but even though it's capital salt, I don't see how that relates to anything to do with the context that they're putting it in.
And she's wearing like Indian jewellery and stuff and a sari, and she's got henna all over her hands, but the song's got nothing to do with Indian culture. I can see like some socks and some bed sheets from Urban Outfitters with like the Ganesh god on it, but I don't really know why.
Urban Outfitters, they've got like Ganesh and they're using it on duvets and socks and stuff because they're known for using cultural stuff.
I know that Urban Outfitters usually do this. They usually like have it on t-shirts and stuff as well.
I can see some Western women who are wearing bindis without knowing the meaning behind it.
I can see loads of celebrities with like bindis across here, but none of them are actually Indian.
Vanessa Hudgens, she's wearing like a bindi. She usually wears that for like festivals and stuff, wearing boho vibe. But Selena Gomez, she's wearing it, but I'm pretty sure that was for her. If you're ready, come and get it.
It looks like a piece of decoration, and it is, but there is always a deeper meaning. It's a symbol of like the third eye. People will wear it without understanding what it signifies or what it means to the people whose culture it belongs to.
This topic has entered mainstream debates when celebrities use elements from different cultures. While it's great to acknowledge them, it's highly disrespectful. To get started, you need to understand what the issue is. Cultural appropriation is the adoption of elements from another culture, usually without acknowledging its origin for aesthetic purposes.
My culture is not a costume.
Cultural appreciation, on the other hand, honors the source it came from. The two are entirely different but can be confused due to unawareness.
Other cultures are cool, but there's a fine line between appreciation and appropriation.
Culture embodies the lifestyles and customs of a society, where cultural appropriation attacks these cultural practices by borrowing historical items for fashion without understanding their importance.
It's different to wear a bindi and appreciate it and understand what it means. And it's different to wear a bindi and almost mock it.
Indian culture is commonly a victim of cultural appropriation, where signifiers are stripped of their importance and are made into accessories, without acknowledging its cultural origin. People forget that we live in a post-colonial world where minority cultures are dismissed as primitive and dominant cultures are naturalized. Therefore, cultural signifiers outside the norm are fetishized for commodification, which establishes an imbalance of power and reinforces imperialist attitudes. Edward Said theorized in his book Orientalism the concept of otherness, that colonizers had little interest in understanding the cultures they encountered. They were more interested in reinforcing common assumptions that benefited the West, reflecting a mirror image. Cultural appropriation becomes the power dynamic when it emphasizes exploitation and internalized racism. Problems arise when appropriation occurs without consent, where heritage is deployed by someone in greater power for fashion rather than knowledge.
This is about equality. If minorities were equal, they wouldn't worry about people taking their culture because that wouldn't be all they have. Look, white people, If you're gonna appropriate, take everything. Take the good and the bad.
Cultural appreciation exists on a scale of cultural engagement, and you can appreciate a culture by learning about other traditions, trying authentic cuisines, travelling to new countries and following their customs, and attending cultural ceremonies. After educating my friends on the differences between cultural appropriation and appreciation, I engaged them in a quiz to test their understanding. Henna at Coachella, appropriation or appreciation?
That is appropriation because they do fashion
It's
fest.
definitely appropriation. They're using that as fashion to try and get like an indie look.
Appropriation, because they don't understand the meanings behind it.
Angelina Jolie in Pakistan, appropriation or appreciation?
That's appreciation because she's appreciating the culture that she's.
This is definitely appreciation because she's wearing the scarf out of respect.
Iggy Azalea's music video for Bounce, appropriation or appreciation?
Appropriation, because she's using it for economic gain.
Definitely appropriation. The song has got nothing to do with Indian culture at all.
That's appropriation because she's using it for the cultural background for the video.
Pharrell's Who Holy shoe collection, appropriation or appreciation?
That's appropriation. And all the money that he's like got from this new fashion line, it's not like he's giving it to a charity in India or anything, he's kind of just giving it to himself.
That's appropriation because he's using the festival as branding for his shoes.
So you're saying I should never enjoy another culture? That's not fair.
This doesn't mean that designers can't incorporate cultural elements into their work. People ask for control over how their cultures are represented. If entities want to honour diverse cultures, then why not use native artists as collaborators? Since this all boils down to issues of power and respect. Cultural diversity has become very important, where our chances of interacting with multicultural people are far greater than before, and we must appreciate the benefits of these experiences.
Cultural diversity, it's actually great for business. A McKinsey study of over 300 multinational companies found that companies which were in the top quartile for ethnic diversity, they were 35% more likely to have financial returns above their competitors.
Hello India, it's Kim Kardashian West. I'm your March cover girl.
Cultural sensitivity is shown in Kim Kardashian's cover for Vogue India. Indians accused her of cultural appropriation since she wore a lehenga. She faced criticism since readers desired a South Indian face on the cover and condemned the cultural appropriation. Vogue responded with,
If Chinese people wear blue jeans, aren't they appropriating my culture? Or what about black girls wearing blonde weaves? Or how about speaking English?
This is known as cultural assimilation, different from cultural appropriation, where marginalised communities conform to standards set by dominant culture is often a means of survival. When your cultural heritage is looked down upon, people change in order to be accepted. A way to decide whether cultural appropriation is harmful is to look at the intent of the artist. It's become difficult to establish what the purpose is, and that's where the problem lies.
This Amazonian tribe inspired the latest high-end collection by the Brazilian sportswear brand Asklin.
This demonstrates how cultural appreciation can be done well by sharing values, cultures, and economics. A recent visit provided inspiration for his new fashion line.
That red of their tattoos, it's a beautiful red.
At the business end, Asklin's new collection is structured the way many artist collaborations are. The tribe will receive royalties from sales of the clothes.
No culture should freeze in time, since we're exposed to varied ways of life, which is something to be celebrated. Culture is fluid and culture evolves, and it should go both ways with mutual respect.